Currently there is a lot of long title reigns in WWE. The days when being champion for 6 months was considered long are behind us. These days it's rare to see title run that lasts only for a few weeks. But throughout history there was a lot of title reigns that lasted even longer than in current era of WWE, and some title reigns that lasted only a few minutes. So who had an honor to be longest reigning champion, and who had this honor to be shortest reigning champion of every current championship in WWE? Keep watching to find out, because this is longest and shortest reigns of every championship in WWE. Number 1, WWE Championship. Longest reign, Bruno Sammartino, 2,803 days. Bruno defeated the inaugural WWE champion Buddy Rogers on May 17, 1963 in New York. Back then this title was known as WWF World Heavyweight Championship. In total, Sammartino defended his title 653 times. A lot of his opponents are unknown to today's wrestling fans, but he also had title defenses against such well-known and respected names like Killer Kowalski, George Steele and Gorilla Monsoon. Bruno Sammartino lost his championship to Ivan Koloff on January 18, 1971 in New York. Shortest reign, Andre the Giant, 2 minutes. Andre the Giant defeated Hulk Hogan on February 5th, 1988 and ended Hogan's 1,474 days title reign. But the win was controversial. In kayfabe, $1 Million Man Ted DiBiase bribed the referee and he counted 3, ignoring that Hogan got his shoulder up before the 3 count. And Andre the Giant was declared new WWF World Heavyweight Champion. He immediately sold his newly won championship to Ted DiBiase. But WWF President Jack Tunney overruled this title change and title became vacant. Ted DiBiase was never recognized as WWF champion. Number 2, Universal Championship. Longest reign, Roman Reigns, 1,280 days and counting. At the moment, this championship and WWE Championship are represented by one belt, but WWE still considers these titles as separate. Roman Reigns won Universal Championship at Payback 2020. He defeated champion Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman in triple threat match. Throughout first few years of his championship reign, Roman defended Universal title in very dominant fashion against people like Jey Uso, Daniel Bryan, Edge, John Cena, Goldberg, but later he became too reliable on Bloodline, and almost every title defense had interference from Bloodline members. But still, this title reign will be considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest, world championship reign of all time. Shortest reign, Finn Balor, 1 day. In summer of 2016, WWE did brand split, and WWE champion Dean Ambrose been drafted to Smackdown brand. Raw brand was left without world champion. On July 25th episode of Raw, Stephanie McMahon and Mick Foley announced that there will be 2 Fatal 4-Way matches later on the show, and winners of both matches will fight in the main event of Raw. The winner of that match will face Seth Rollins at SummerSlam for brand new WWE Universal Championship. Finn won first Fatal 4-Way match after pinning Rusev. Winner of second Fatal 4-Way match was Roman Reigns. In the main event, Balor defeated Roman and went to SummerSlam to face Seth. When WWE revealed Universal Championship belt, nobody liked it, because it looked like WWE Championship and Women's Championship, just even more red. Finn wrestled in his demon persona and won Universal Championship. But unfortunately he was injured during the match and had to vacate Universal title next night on Raw. Number 3, World Heavyweight Championship. Longest and shortest reign, Seth Rollins, 280 days and counting. As of March 2024, Seth Rollins is the first and still the only World Heavyweight Champion. Of course, I am not counting World Heavyweight title that was active from 2002 until 2013, because those 2 titles don't share same lineage. So in 2023, Roman Reigns had both WWE and Universal Championships since April 2022, and he was part of Smackdown brand. In 2023, WWE finally decided to create another World Championship for Raw. They did 12-man tournament for the title. They did 4 triple threat quarterfinal matches, 2 semi-final single matches, and the final match for new World Heavyweight Championship. On an episode of Raw, Seth Rollins defeated Shinsuke Nakamura and Damian Priest. Later, Finn Balor defeated Cody Rhodes and The Miz. In first semi-final match, Seth defeated Balor and advanced to the final. On same week's episode of SmackDown, AJ Styles defeated Edge and Rey Mysterio. Later, Bobby Lashley defeated Sheamus and Austin Theory. Then in second semi-final match, AJ Styles defeated Bobby Lashley. At Night of Champions Premium Live event in Saudi Arabia, Seth Rollins won against AJ Styles in a very good match and became first ever World Heavyweight Champion. Number 4, WWE Women's Championship. Longest reign, Bianca Belair, 420 days. While Bianca was holding this championship, it was known as Raw Women's Championship. She won the title by defeating Becky Lynch at 2022's WrestleMania. During her reign, Bianca defended Women's Championship 13 times, without counting house shows. She defeated such all-time great women wrestlers like Io Sky, Alexa Bliss, Bayley and Becky Lynch. At Night of Champions 2023 Premium Live event, Bianca's reign came to an end when she lost the title to Asuka. Shortest reign, also Bianca Belair, 1.5 minutes. Only a few months after her 420 days title reign, Bianca regained WWE Women's Championship from Asuka at SummerSlam 2023, but her reign was cut short by another Japanese superstar, Io Sky. Io cashed in her Money in the Bank briefcase and ended Bianca's 1-minute long title reign. Number 5, Women's World Championship. Longest reign, Bayley, 380 days. When this title was introduced, it was known as SmackDown Women's Championship, but later WWE changed the name to Women's World Championship. Bayley won women's title on October 11, 2019 episode of Smackdown. During this reign she also won women's tag team titles with Sasha Banks, and she was double champion for over 3 months. Bayley was reliable and very entertaining heel women's champion throughout bigger part of No Fans era. She defended her title against Asuka, Nikki Cross, Naomi, Carmella, Lacey Evans and Tamina multiple times, and lost her title to Sasha Banks inside Hell in a Cell in October of 2020. Shortest reign Charlotte, 4 minutes 55 seconds. At Money in the Bank 2019 Premium Live event, Charlotte defeated Becky Lynch for SmackDown Women's Championship. But on the same show, Bayley won Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And after Charlotte's victory, Bayley cashed in her briefcase to quickly end one of 14 Charlotte's championship reigns. Or 16 if you count NXT title. Number 6, Intercontinental Championship. Longest reign Gunther, 629 days and counting. Gunther is the longest reigning IC champion not only by single reign, but also for total days combined. The Miz won IC title 8 times, but he held the championship for only 597 days combined. Chris Jericho won it even more times with 9, but held it for only 318 days. Gunther really made IC championship as important as any world title, and whoever defeats Gunther will have very big shoes to fill. Gunther's title reign is amazing, and he had very good title defenses against people like Chad Gable, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Kofi Kingston, and Sheamus, to which Wrestling Observer newsletter gave 5-star rating, and it's very rare for them to give 5 stars to WWE match. Also fun fact about Gunther, this historic title reign is actually not even long as Gunther's title reign in WWE. He was NXT UK champion for 870 days. Shortest reign Dean Douglas, 14 minutes. Dean Douglas received IC championship from Shawn Michaels at In Your House 4 Great White North 1995 pay-per-view. At the start of the show, WWF President Gorilla Monsoon informed everyone that he won't allow Shawn Michaels to defend his IC title because of concussion, and asked Shawn to forfeit his title to #1 contender Dean Douglas. Fans in the audience were disappointed and booed Douglas when he received the title from Michaels. Unfortunately for Dean, he had to defend his championship immediately against Razor Ramon. After 14 minutes, Douglas lost the title to Ramon, and he officially became the shortest reigning IC champion in WWE history. Number 7, United States Championship. Longest reign Lex Luger, 523 days. Luger won US Championship from Michael Hayes at a house show on May 22nd, 1989. This reign happened when United States title was still part of WCW, so most likely WWE will have someone to break this record in not so distant future. During his reign, Lex Luger defended US title against such names like Ricky Steamboat, Rick Steiner, Sting, Sid Vicious, Ric Flair, and even Mean Mark Calloway. He lost United States Championship to Stan Hansen at Halloween Havoc 1990. If you are wondering who is longest reigning US champion under WWE, it's Dean Ambrose with 351-day title reign. Shortest reign Steve Austin, 5 minutes. The previous champion Ricky Steamboat was injured, and he awarded Stone Cold Steve, not Stone Cold, just regular Steve Austin with United States Championship at 4 Games 1994 pay-per-view. Austin had to defend his title immediately against Jim Duggan and lost his new title in 35-second match. After 29 years, arguably greatest wrestler of all time still holds this not so great record. Number 8, WWE Raw Tag Team Championships. Longest reign, The New Day, 483 days. These titles were introduced in 2002 as WWE Tag Team Championships, but in 2016 they were renamed to Raw Tag Team Championships. Kofi Kingston, Big E and Xavier Woods defended tag titles under Freebird rule. They defeated Lucha Dragons, Los Matadores, and tag team champions Primetime Players at SummerSlam 2015 to start this historic reign. It was rare to see over 1 year-long title reign in 2015. Until New Day, out of 55 title reigns, only 15 WWE Tag Team title reigns were held for over 100 days. They defended tag team championships against such teams like Dudley Boyz, The Usos, Wyatt Family, The Vaudevillains, and Good Brothers. Big E and Kofi lost their titles to The Bar, Sheamus and Cesaro at Roadblock End of the Line 2016 special event. Shortest reign John Cena and The Miz, 9 minutes. Cena is 4-time tag team champion in WWE, but he always held title with his rivals. On February 21st, 2011 episode of Raw, John Cena and WWE champion The Miz defeated The Corrs, Heath Slater and Justin Gabriel to win WWE Tag Team Championships. Immediately after the match, Corrs leader Wade Barrett invoked Gabriel's and Slater's rematch clause, and the match was made official. During the match, The Miz double-crossed John Cena and hit him with skull-crushing finale, while John Cena was trying to hit AA on Heath Slater. Slater pinned Cena and regained WWE Tag Team Championships, making John Cena and The Miz shortest reigning tag team champions in WWE history. Number 9, WWE Smackdown Tag Team Championships. Longest reign The Usos, 622 days. Jimmy and Jay's historic title reign started at 2021's Money in the Bank Premium Live event, when they defeated Dominic and Rey Mysterio for SmackDown tag titles. While Roman was ruling singles division, the Usos been kings of tag team division, and during this reign they even unified SmackDown tag team titles with Raw tag team titles by defeating Randy Orton and Matt Riddle. They defended tag team championships against every top tag team of WWE, like the New Day and Street Profits. Tag team championships became so big during Jimmy and Jay's reign that they even main evented Night 1 1 of WrestleMania 39 against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But unfortunately for Jimmy and Jay, they lost tag team championships in this match. But of course, there is no shame to lose tag team titles in such a historic match. Shortest reign, The New Day, 3 days. The New Day won SmackDown Tag Team Championships on October 9, 2020 episode of SmackDown, where they defeated Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. But immediately after that they've been drafted to Raw, while Raw's Tag Team Champions Street Profits been drafted to SmackDown. Both teams and General Manager Adam Pearce agree that they should just exchange tag team titles because they're on the opposite brands now. And this is why championship titles that have Raw or SmackDown in its name is not a good idea. Number 10, Women's Tag Team Championships. Longest reign, the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, 172 days. Asuka and Kairi Sane won WWE Women's Tag Team Championships at Hell in a Cell 2019 for the first time. These titles are only 5 years old, so we will have to wait to see over a year-long title reign. During this reign, the Kabuki Warriors defended tag titles against such teams like Becky Lynch and Charlotte and Boss and Her Connection. They had great defenses in Fatal 4-Way match and even TLC match. Kairi and Asuka lost Women's Tag Team Championships to Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross at 2020's WrestleMania. Shortest reign, Asuka and Alexa Bliss, 5 days. Unlike every other main roster championship, women's tag titles have very normal shortest reign. Alexa and Asuka simply won championships on October's 2020 episode of Raw from Damage Control and lost it back to Damage Control on the same week at Crown Jewel Premium Live event. This was every championship title on the main roster, but there is NXT too, so. Number 11, NXT Championship. Longest reign, Adam Cole, 396 days. Adam Cole defeated Johnny Gargano and won NXT Championship at TakeOver 25 in 2019. During those days, NXT's product was way better than whatever Raw or SmackDown was trying to do, and Adam Cole was face of NXT. In 2019, he even got Wrestler of the Year award from PWI. He had an amazing title defense against people like Matt Riddle, Pete Dunne, Finn Balor, Tommaso Ciampa, Seth Rollins, and even Daniel Bryan. Adam lost NXT Championship at Great American Bash 2020 to Keith Lee in a winner-takes-all match where Lee's North American Championship was also on the line. Shortest reign, Karrion Kross, 4 days. Karrion Kross won NXT Championship from Keith Lee at TakeOver 30, but sadly during this match Karrion suffered shoulder injury that put him on the shelf for 3 months, and he had to relinquish the title on the following episode of NXT. Number 12, NXT Women's Championship. Longest reign, Asuka, 510 days. After Asuka joined WWE, she was undefeated for 914 days. She won NXT Women's Championship by defeating Bayley at NXT TakeOver Dallas 2016. During this reign, Asuka showed to everyone how entertaining dominant women's champion can be. She defended her title 16 times and pretty much destroyed most of her opponents. This title run is truly one of the greatest, if not the greatest women's championship reign in WWE history. It looked like no one can beat Asuka, and actually no one did. Unfortunately, she had to vacate NXT Women's Championship after suffering an injury. Shortest reign, Indy Hartwell, 31 days. Indy won NXT Women's Championship in 6-way ladder match. The match also included Gigi Dolan, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Zoe Stark, and the champion Roxanne Perez. After her victory, Indy was drafted to Raw and had to relinquish her title. It's still unclear why she couldn't have been NXT Women's Champion and be a part of Raw brand. A lot of other superstars joined the main roster while holding championships in NXT, and even some main roster superstars came to NXT and won NXT championships but still were a part of the main roster. Number 13, NXT North American Championship. Longest reign, Wes Lee, 269 days. Lee won vacant North American title at Halloween Havoc 2022 in 5-way ladder match, which also included Carmelo Hayes, Nathan Frazier, Oro Mensah, and Von Wagner. Wes Lee defended NXT North American title 11 times. He even had title defenses in Triple Threat and Fatal 5-way matches. But he lost the championship to Dirty Dominic Mysterio on July 18, 2023 episode of NXT. Shortest reign, Trick Williams, 3 days. Trick Williams defeated Dominic Mysterio at NXT No Mercy Premium Live event and won his first championship in WWE. But on the following episode of NXT, Dirty Dom regained his championship and Trick Williams became shortest reigning North American champion in WWE history. So both longest and shortest NXT North American Championship reigns were ended by the Dirty Dominic Mysterio. Number 14, NXT Heritage Cup. Longest reign, Noam Dar, 341 days. Weirdly enough, NXT Heritage Cup is the only championship left from NXT UK. Noam Dar won the cup on August 25, 2022 episode of NXT UK, but NXT UK was closed shortly after. Heritage Cup was listed as active title, but it was nowhere to be seen until April 4, 2023 episode of NXT. Because the title was nowhere to be seen for most of his reign, Noam Dar defended NXT Heritage Cup only one time. And on top of that, he didn't even lose the title himself. Oro Mensah defended the cup on behalf of Noam Dar and lost it to Nathan Frazier on June 13, 2023 episode of NXT. Shortest reign, Mark Coffey, 14 days. Mark Coffey won Heritage Cup from Noam Dar on July 14, 2022 episode of NXT and lost it back to Noam Dar just a few weeks later. WWE actually recognized Coffey's reign as 42 days, but it's because they used to tape a lot of NXT UK episodes at once. In reality it was 14 days. But even if we count WWE's recognized days as champion, he still would be shortest reigning Heritage Cup holder. Number 15, NXT Tag Team Championships. Longest reign T Ascension, Connor and Victor, 364 days. You probably remember them as jobbers on main roster. But on NXT, Connor and Victor were the most dominant and entertaining tag team to watch for quite some time. To win NXT Tag Team Championships, they defeated Corey Graves and Neville, or as he is known today, Pac. This episode of NXT aired June 20th, 2013. During the reign, T Ascension had title defenses against teams like Sami Zayn and Tyson Kidd and even Too Cool. Unfortunately, Connor and Victor were only one day short from holding the championships for 1 year, and they lost the titles to Lucha Dragons on NXT TakeOver Fatal 4-Way in 2014. Shortest reign, Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, 2 days. Tyler Bate and Trent Seven won NXT Tag Team Championships by defeating Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly at United Kingdom Championship Tournament 2018 event. But they lost them back to Strong and O'Reilly just 2 days later on the following tapings of NXT. WWE actually recognized Bates and Seven's reign as 22 days because this episode of NXT aired 3 weeks later. So if you would ask WWE who are the shortest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions of all time, they would say Wes Lee and Nash Carter with 5 days reign. So what do you think about longest and shortest reigns in WWE? Will any of those records will be broken soon? Please let me know in the comments and don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling content.